Hi guys, so I've just finished the third book in the brilliant series by Maz Evans, from starting with Who Let the Gods Out, following on to Simply the Quest, and now Beyond the Odyssey. This was a really good book. This book followed on from the journey of Elliot Hooper, Virgo, and the wonderful array of gods that he had met. It followed on through his quest to collect the 4 Chaos Stones, and really centred on his journey to cure his mother from crippling dementia that she was undergoing. We saw plenty of Dave Hooper, Elliot's father, in this book, a father who had spent the majority of the first 2 books in prison. But he was a much more prevalent character in this book. But whilst he was there for Elliot in many ways, you couldn't help but think something wasn't quite right. Now, as I say, this book really focused on Elliot's desire to get hold of the Water Stone, the third in the collection of 4 Chaos Stones that he was trying to accrue, but also get hold of a special potion. I believe it's called Panshia's Potion, a special potion that would help cure his mother, rid her of the dementia, and essentially allow him to live that life with his family. The book focuses on that, and there are many little journeys along the way. But the underlying theme is Elliot trying to save his mother. Now, much in the way of the first 2 books in this series, we had the evil figure of Thanatos, who has a plan to take over the world. He's a sort of bad guy in this series. He's a bad demon who is really trying to stop Elliot from succeeding what he wants to do, and has his very own agenda. One of the favourite characters from the first 2 books, Hermes, is essentially in a coma. He's comatised for the vast majority of this book. So I couldn't help but feel a little bit sad that we didn't get extracts from Hermes that were so enjoyable and exciting in the first few books. But it was a very good read. It followed on excellently from the first 2 books. What I would say, in contrast to Who Let the Gods Out and Simply the Quest, which I think are books that are certainly accessible for Year 6 readers and Year 5 readers, and even a few of my Year 4 class have gone on to read Simply the Quest after we did Who Let the Gods Out as a class book. I do think Beyond the Odyssey is slightly heavier hitting. It's written in a really lovely way, but it does go a lot deeper into dementia, Alzheimer's, mental illness, and it did get me thinking perhaps it is a book that would be better suited to children sort of Year 7 and upwards, when they're maybe a little bit more ready and are more aware of some of that deeper, heavy-hitting content. But it was a really good story. It had elements of sadness and loss and grief. It had aspects of comedy, some really funny parts. We had Mr. Boyle and Patricia Porchley Plum appearing in and out of the book again, which brought some fantastic sort of light relief to quite a heavy story. We had Elliot's interactions with school, albeit much less linked to sort of Bridesmore Grammar than the previous books, and lots of lovely messages of sort of hope, determination, ambition, feeding sort of in and out of a really interesting adventure story. I really enjoyed it. I did find it a little bit harder to keep track of all the characters than the first couple of books. We were introduced to so many different characters, lots of different gods, lots of different demons. We went into the underworld. So you really did have to focus, but it's a book that I read in 2 or 3 sittings over the course of about a day and a half, and I really enjoyed it. I know Against All Gods, the 4th and final book in this series by Maz Evans, is out in February of next year. I believe it's the 7th of February, might be the 9th. So I will be eagerly awaiting that. I'm actually received a gift voucher from a boy in my class as an end of year present, and he said, you must save this for Against All Gods, and I will do. But really enjoyed the book. As I say, very easy read. These are fantastic, these books, and it wouldn't surprise me if down the line these somehow turned into a series of films, because the imagery is so vivid and the stories are awesome. But yeah, Beyond the Odyssey by Maz Evans, really enjoyed it, and not sure what I'm going to go on to next, but certainly let you guys know. As always, if you enjoyed it, please do give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you hit subscribe. Thank you very much, guys.